The facts matter.
Good afternoon, everyone. Virgo here. Actually, I guess it's good evening, good Thursday evening. What you hear going on in the background are a couple of boxers that are not too happy that they can't go outside right at the moment. We're expecting some storms where I'm at. So I wanted to clear up a few things, quite a few things as a matter of fact. There's some misunderstandings with regards to comments that I've made or notations that I've put up in the comments section. Some questions with regards to what it is that I'm referring to in certain videos since I've been back, and some comments from some wonderful sovereign citizens and probably Moors. Harvey Dent has kind of started some dumb stuff again, which everyone knows that he is, his narcissistic supply runs low and he immediately starts up with his old shenanigans. So I'm going to address some of those things because I think it's going to be something that is necessary and hopefully a bit entertaining too. I have some music that's playing in the background just very low. Tatum got out of the hospital today and he's sleeping right now. So I'm hoping that that doesn't interfere with anything and you guys don't mind hearing the very calm piano music in the background. Okay, so the first comment that I want to make mention of is a comment left by WW Goddess of Truth. She states, the server that Virgo is speaking about is a Discord server where Watchdog community members can list what is going on activity-wise for their channels, i.e. premieres, live streams, video uploads, etc. Think of this server as a Discord server version of TV Guide for the Watchdog community. Hope this comment helps people. I am not a content creator either yet. There is a misunderstanding here. Wonder Woman actually, I don't think watched my live stream all the way through when I first came back on Friday, and I let everyone know that I was going to be starting a Discord for Community Watch, YouTube Community Watch, which is totally different than the Watchdog community members. I have somewhat separated myself because I do not feel that my content fits in with the Watchdog content any longer. That's not to say anything negative. I have no hard feelings towards anyone. I'm just separating out my content because it is different. There are others that do what I would consider to be community watch. All content also. Again, there is not one that's better than the other. They're just very different. And my content does not seem to fit in with what the Watchdog group currently is putting out there. So what I was referring to in the new Discord server is a server that is the Community Watch server, which will allow everybody to see announcements of con artists and new scams that are going on throughout social media platforms, and also will provide the people that are subscribed to me and want to give tips or would like for me to do videos on specific con artists, it gives them the opportunity to speak directly to me, whereas in the past, they've either had to leave a comment or try to send me an email through Proton Mail, which that inbox gets filled up very rapidly. So this will assist. If those of you that would like to, that have not requested your invite yet, please feel free to email ytcommunitywatch@gmail.com, and the person who is managing that Discord will send you an invite link. Right now, we are only signing up by invite. Okay, next. Aileen Hovorka says, what on earth are you talking about? Who are you? What is a community watch? Do we all spy on each other on YouTube? What do we look for? Sex, drugs, rock and roll, murder? I truly don't understand your what? Okay. So I realized that this was somebody being a jackass, but I'm going to answer it anyway. The bottom line is that if you had ever watched my channel in the past, you would know that I expose con artists and scams that go on across social media. What is a community watch? It's exactly that. A person who watches out for the community. And that's exactly what my channel does and has always done, or has at least done for the last 5+ years. What do we look for? You look for people that are conning or scamming others. A community watch keeps people safe. It keeps people alert and aware of new scams and cons that are going on. I have no idea what your point was here other than to attempt to try to get under my skin. Good luck. I have 0 fucks to give you, but you're welcome to give one to yourself. Next. Oh, hi, Paul. You don't belong there. YouTube 486 says, you mentioned a gentleman that dragged a cop with his car. How can that person be a gentleman? He's a criminal. YouTube 486, you're absolutely 100% correct. My verbiage, I guess, would be somewhat along the diplomatic side, and the reason for that is because of public speaking that I have done in the past. So my statement of naming a gentleman simply meant a male. But thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention, and I agree with you 100%. He is no gentleman. Joshua Bradley has left a YouTube video link and says, Harvey wants to tell you something. I'm fully aware of what Harvey wants to claim. Harvey has made a video claiming that the fact that Heather Ann Tucci-Giraffe was in prison for 5 years was completely bullshit and a psyop that the government ran. He claims because her actual identification number, register number in the BOP ends with 007, then that means that she is a government agent of some sort, and it was all a scam. The bottom line is Harvey has been butthurt for a long time because he claims that the sovereign citizen ideology of secret accounts and stolen identities and all of these other things are accurate, when in reality we've proven over and over again they are not. Randall Keith Bean got 13 years and Heather Ann Tucci got 5. Now, unfortunately for Heather, she screwed up somewhere along the line and ended up getting an additional 6 months. I have no idea what her bad behavior was. I have not been following it closely enough. Heather was someone who actually went out and played someone's attorney and assisted them in a conspiracy to defraud the Federal Reserve and a bank, USAA, out of I believe it was $30 million. Randall Keith Bean was the one that actually tried the secret account stuff. He tried to pay for a $500,000 motorhome. She played the role of his supposed attorney who was assuring the bank and the finance company that all of the funds were there. Obviously, it was a conspiracy. You know, that's what they went to jail for, fraud. I covered that in great depth and length, which you can find in the playlist on my main channel page called Heather Ann Tucci Fraud. And that will give you all of the background, the whole case workup. We had someone there that reported on live on the actual case. We made sure that she was a real person. Many other people reported on it. Like I said, we had someone live in the actual courtroom when the sentencing was handed down who did a play-by-play. It is absolutely ridiculous that this is a claim that he's got. But the bottom line is she has been moved to a residential place that's within the BOP, supposedly going to the Seattle location. She isn't apparently there yet. She was originally going to get out on the 13th of September. which was just few days ago. But again, she got an additional 6 months for whatever reason. And so, but she was originally in Dublin. Now she is supposedly moving to Seattle. She's not there yet. He calls and he talks to them in Seattle, and they say, no, she's not here, or we don't have any information on that inmate. And he's like, yes, it's a psyop. I knew it was a psyop. When she was in Dublin, he attempted to try to go and have an interview with her. She denied the interview, which she legally is allowed to do. And because she denied the interview, she must not be real. So this is the kind of thing that's going on. To be perfectly honest with you, Joshua Bradley, Harvey Dent has proven himself to be inaccurate over and over again. He is a slime ball. He is a narcissist. And the bottom line is he just wants to stir something up so people will go over and watch his videos. I really could care less with regards to Heather Ann Tucci at the moment. She served her time. She is still completing that time. There is a nationwide locator that we can contact. There are days in between, even with Anthony Williams. There were days, a couple of weeks in between where his new location was updated, yet he wasn't there yet. So, whatever Harvey wants to do is absolutely fine. He can make whatever claims he wants to. Although I do have to say, Harvey, it's really in poor taste when someone's house burns down to make the nasty, snotty remarks that you did. But I would expect nothing less from you because you are an asshole, and pretty much everybody knows you're an asshole. I would have thought you would have learned your lesson after Penny showed proof of being a part of the families that were slaughtered in Tennessee back when you were claiming that we were scamming people for Penny. A person who is a stroke victim and who is disabled. You are despicable, Harvey Dent. Harvey hardly gets followed by anybody anymore because he is despicable. So that's the end of that story. I'm glad that he has something to say, but I have nothing to say back to him. And quite frankly, I don't feel like playing tennis with him. He is a small fish in a very, very big pond. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Nope, that's not the one. It's not the one. Here we go. So, William, which I found this to be absolutely hilarious. William Reffett says, Mars is a confused individual that has been manipulated by fraudulent Anna Von Reitz, a fugitive of the original republic, the United States of America, for trespassing, theft, and committing slavery as her methods only traffic persons right back into the New World Order agenda. As one of the people for the United States of America, it is understood that the United States Corporation only enforces corporate policies in violation of the Law of Nations book. Chapter 13 of Justice and Polity 158. A nation ought to make justice reign. The bar associates attempting to administer justice do not have the authority to do so. So I have one simple statement here for you. Mars is not the only one that's confused here, William. You are also confused. The United States is not a corporation, never has been, never will be, and actually never could be. If you understood how a corporation worked, you would know that. But regardless, I don't have time to argue with the likes of you. I will not be debating with you or anyone else from that particular ideology because, quite frankly, there's no reasoning with you. I feel that there is a mental illness that takes place here, and you dig in so deeply that you just can't see the forest for the trees. So good luck to you, William, and thank you for your comment. Here we go with Nelda Fink, you guys. So this is on Judge Anna Von Reitz exposed from 3 years ago. This is what the video is. And Nelda says, so this is good. It shows that Anna Von Reitz doesn't have any allegiance to the British accreditation register or the bar. and therefore is not tied to any British organizations or even the Crown as all other judges, lawyers, and attorneys are. What most people don't realize is that the court system here in the U.S. is run by people who pledge allegiance to Britain, not to the U.S., and certainly not to any citizens of the U.S. It is set up to be totally against the citizen. Okay, so before I go into the second paragraph here where Nelda proclaims herself to be an expert and tells us how she's going to explain everything that Anna von Reitz does, let me just say this, Nelda. The bar does not stand for British Accreditation Register. See, you have fallen for the sovereign citizen bullshit that flies out of Anna von Reitz's mouth also. You've been watching videos on YouTube that are telling you a bunch of bullshit. This has all been proven to be false. All of it. Yes, proven. And no, I'm not going to prove it in a reading of a comment video. But you can go back and you can watch all of the videos on my channel that have to do with the bar, and it'll be very easy for you. Oh, and common law too. Make sure you check all of those out because you don't understand that either, I'm sure. I can tell by all of the different things that you put in here that, see, here we go with common law, case using common law. You don't know what common law is. Common law is actually case law. But you'll argue with me and say it's not because you've been watching, let's see, Alfonso Fagiolo. And here you put it, you're sourcing with YouTube videos. Seriously. Sourcing with YouTube videos and sovereign citizen websites. RestoreTheFreeState.org. So here we go. The truth is that you are extremely confused, Nelda. And although you're going to proclaim that you know everything and that you're right, you're not right. And it's been proven so. That's what this channel has been about for the last 5+ years. And I'm not the only one. There are several that have proven all of this garbage to be incorrect. So Nelda, good luck to you, dear, because I know there is no use in attempting to try to tell you what is real and what is fantasy land. You should go actually have a conversation with Anna. You two might be good friends. Zaya's Nation left another comment that I can't find on this Marvin Miller arrested and charged using A for V, accepted for value video that I did, where Marvin went in and actually attempted to use a promissory note to purchase a brand new BMW and drove it off of the lot, and then went to jail for a year for fraud, where Zaya claims that you can discharge debts, but you can't just purchase things. No, you can't do either. And I don't care that you claim that you have done it, because everyone who's ever claimed that has been a liar and has never been able to prove it. And I have asked multiple times, for someone to provide me with the information that I could verify. And you know what? The 3 that have provided it over the last 5+ years were shot down in the first 15 minutes because they were lying, and it was immediately found out that they were lying. So again, Zaya's Nation, good luck to you, and I hope you find your way out of the sovereign citizen paper bag you're in. Yvonne Walker says, when I heard her speak, I researched the same records. However, what people do not realize is that she's not a regular judge. You're right, Yvonne. She's not a judge at all. She claims she's a common law judge with all the credentials. Bullshit. She has no credentials except for a literary degree to write fiction, and she is not a judge of any system. She claims, Yvonne claims, common law means that she's not under the regular system. No, ma'am. That is not what common law means. Common law is case law written by judges, real judges. Again, you're confused. You've fallen into the sovereign citizen rabbit hole. Good luck getting out of it. Very few do. And you'll never get anywhere because you're not willing to actually look at reality. Fantasy is much more fun for you guys. Eric Hill tells me you have no authority to determine the savings bond calculator. You are providing fraudulent information. You will never gain payment for any non-savings bonds. Number one, no shit. You will never gain payment for any non-savings bonds. Because none of the things that you claim, like insurance cards or driver's license or anything like that, can you cash in because they're not a financial instrument. And I don't need authority to determine that the savings bond calculator is bullshit. The savings bond calculator is bullshit because it's bullshit. The only thing that you can do is calculate your bond value if you own actual bonds that you've purchased from the government. Everything else is a total bunch of bullshit. Good luck to you, Eric. I hope you have a great life. Victory says, I don't understand. Why are you calling these videos incident at the Capitol? An incident, although grammatically correct, definitely wasn't what happened that day. Well, let's see. Until I investigate something thoroughly, I don't point fingers. So when I said incident at the Capitol, it was during the time that it was happening and people were getting arrested, and I was still investigating the situation myself. See, I'm not the type of person that chooses one side or the other for political gain. I look at the entire situation, I investigate it thoroughly, and then I make a determination as to who is at fault. I will say this. The people that caused the incident at the Capitol on January 6th were totally and completely wrong for what they did. The fact that you are judging my video based on one word in the title, when all it was informational video for people to realize who was getting arrested and what they were getting arrested for, tells me that you probably didn't look at the date, and if you did, then I'm not sure what your argument is. I hope that answers the question for you, Victory. I have many more, you guys, but I think I'm going to stop here. We're already at 23 minutes, and quite frankly, I know that you all have very low tolerance for sovereign citizen bullshit. There are hundreds. So we'll save the rest for another crazy comment day, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I won't be back tomorrow. I won't be back until Monday unless I end up doing an impromptu weekend live. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.